all that is tuning in, the name of the program is called Food for Thought. Broadcasting and airing on WPPM-LP 106.5 FM Philadelphia, PhillyCam Radio, as well as PhillyCam TV on the cable television network, Comcast Channel 66, Verizon Channel 29. I am the host that goes by the name of James Hatcher, and the music in the background is from a song titled Due to You, Duetoyou, composed by yours truly, James Hatcher. You can listen and enjoy the full audio vocal version by going to the music online streaming platforms, including unitedmasters.com/James Hatcher and my YouTube channel, which is James Hatcher. Make sure you subscribe. In regards to WPPM-LP 106.5 PhillyCam Radio, this is a community that comes together to create content from individuals that is expressive through media and is attributive to the interests of the community's self-awareness, sharing their own unique experiences, and dedicating their knowledge, information, and abilities to inspire others. The theme of the topic of this episode is utilizing input of information for the establishment and the expansion of a foundation. The benefit of acknowledging the distinction of individuality is also to consider the commonality within a group and is to be in a state of sharing features and attributes, ensuring the outset of a productive environment. Some of these features may be optimizing routine activities to determine an outcome to an objective. To make a mere prediction of a possibility is uncertain, whereas the ability to expect a certain result by resourcing objects and tools in one's surroundings is more assuring to accomplish a goal until the destination is to be reached. The goal can only be made with the resources available. As others may attempt to involve themselves in an event, projecting from the individual as to benefit one's experience, to accumulate gain, prolonging as being evident to exist, could only be there to incite stimulation for themselves. According to the individual producing, this can only be in the form of a promise from others that there can be something to offer, such as a form of barter, trade, or commodity. Commodity is in consideration by the individual to whether the offer is accessible during the initial interaction, or whether there can be the intention to have the individual produce, design, or construct the product for the inquiring, stipulating a payment upon return, which can be a risk as a predicament of producing the product, design, or construct without the return of the inquiring past. There is also a risk of accepting collateral of a semi-payment during the initial interaction of an individual and the inquiring, although the individual does not subject to that type of commitment. Avoiding loss of inventory to the individual to produce for oneself, as well as to hinder growth and creative development. In addition to utilizing input of information for the establishment and the payment and the expansion of a foundation, is the residential stability and an occupational objective within the chosen environment, as well as effective investments for mental and physical wellness. Effective investments, which including the aspects of residential stability within a chosen environment, may be in some cases based on various incentives such as substantial and dependable income, or constructive routines that enables one to appreciate the decor and design of an infrastructure. And amongst a group setting, the interest of each individual towards each other within a collective, exacts the objective to have a common purpose. And that is the food for thought for this episode. Now, joining me is a native of Philadelphia, born in Philadelphia. He goes by the name of Johnny Mac Music, also known as Johnny Matthews. How you doing, Johnny?
Good. How you doing, James?
Good. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate you on your endeavors of pursuing, your career and your profession. I just got word that you're a nominee for the International Singer-Songwriters Association. Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, so, and I got an opportunity to go on the site and check you out, and you are nominated for several categories. One is USA Male Vocalist of the Year, USA Male Rising Star, USA Male Songwriter of the Year, and USA Emerging Artist of the Year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that is correct. And they have voting going on till the end of April for the finals, which I have the link, which is on any of my website or social media.
Okay. So how did you go about, entering into that? Like, how did you start off with pursuing to be one of the nominees?
I had just seen it. I did it last year, and I made it to the finals for songwriter, but I didn't win the category. There was 3 awards. I think it was for first place, second, and third. And but I had made it to the top 15 for songwriter of the year, and pretty much they had just put it out, and I just kind of applied for it, and then was kind of accepted.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So have you been trying to pursue that, being involved within that International Singers Songwriters Association for a while, or did you just so happen to come across it? Did somebody tell you about it? And like, how did you start off, pursuing that endeavor?
It started as a Facebook group that I actually joined.
Okay.
And last year was the first time I had actually entered into it and found out about it. Now, they didn't have the ceremony. They had it virtual because of the pandemic. This year, they're supposed to be doing it in Atlanta, the ceremony. So if you get nominated for the finale, then some of the people get a chance to go to Atlanta.
All right, so when you're nominated and you're chosen to go down to Atlanta, do they notify you? How do they go about notifying you? Do they call you, or do they send an email to you, or a letter in the mail, or what? How do you get notified?
Pretty much an email. That's how it worked. Last year, they'll send an email, or I could go on the site and they list, who the winners are.
Okay. Now, I came across a nice picture of you. Actually, it was a promo design or something that I got of you being one of the nominees.
Okay.
It was the 2022 nominees songwriter. And it was a special design. I guess it came from the International Singers Songwriters Association. Did you design that, or did you have somebody do that promotion for you? Because that's a nice design. I could see you, really actually putting it out there. Or is it just basically specifically for that site?
It was actually the CEO, the lady that's in charge of the program that did it. I just had sent a picture, and she designed it for anybody who was in the competition.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this leads me to my next question. When considering your title and your profession, how do you identify yourself as a songwriter, entertainer, composer, performer or any other specific title?
I would say probably all three. I consider myself as a songwriter because I write songs. I consider myself as an artist because I'm out there and perform, and also an entertainer because when I'm outside performing, I'm also entertaining people at the same time.
Okay. Okay. So, what genre of music do you choose to call your works?
Um, Pretty much Christian pop, folk is my main genres, but I'm open to a bunch of different genres. I started writing, songs with some people online, some country, some folk stuff.
Okay. So, is there a specific atmosphere or environment or an event that you do, like a specific song? I noticed you said you Christian, pop, or folk. Is there like an event that you go to where you just play nothing but like Christian music, and then there's another event where you play like your folk? Like, how do you specify like which type of genre that you play? I mean, and what's the difference between those genres for anybody that's not familiar with those?
Okay, as far as like for the Christian, that would be more as far as for like my church. Like if I'm there, I host. Our church hosts a monthly breakfast, and I'm in charge of the music entertainment for that
Okay.
each month. So then I would come up with the song depending on what the theme is, or sometimes if there's like a block party, a friend of mine has started doing these Christian block parties, and then I would perform Christian songs. If it all depends on the venue, the place that you go. It's like some places might want you to play cover songs. Some places might want you to play original stuff.
Okay. So, do you go out and you look for these events, or do you make a way where these events or these promoters of these events come and they contact you? And how do you like promote yourself in order to catch the attention of these specific promoters for these events to say, hey, I want this guy to perform for this particular show and everything like that, and they reach out to you?
I kind of do both, James. Sort of, it's like, I guess through, like Facebook, where, I'll make up posters, go around, give something out, tell people physically what's going on for these different events. Or sometimes I'll contact, by, phone the vendor, or, I'll send an email,
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes go down to the place, play like an open mic night
Okay.
or something. And that way they kind of get to know who you are, how you sound and stuff.
Now, is that more convenient than like just to go to like some of these venues like the open mic to perform, in comparison to just like saying, okay, I know that there's a public arena right here, or there's like a basic place where there'd be a lot of tourists, and you just go out there as say like a street performer, and you set up your stuff and you just start playing there, and to get the people's response and reaction to approach you to say, hey, I like your music, how can I find it? Like, what's the difference between going to like these venues, the music venues, where you have a whole network of people that may be in a similar arena or profession as you, versus going to a platform or a public arena where you have less people that's out there doing what you're doing, but more people that's out there that's living their daily life or going through their daily routines, where that gives you more of an opportunity to like reach these people, or the people to react to say, hey,
Yeah.
I there's nobody else that's doing what he's doing, so let me get some information and everything. It's a lot more easier. Is that a lot more easier for you that way, or do you like decide on doing both? Do you have like a schedule where you say like on the weekend I might go here, and you go to a specific place where possibly they don't just see you just one time. They know that you might show up there, the following week or so, and say, I know he's going to be out there, and I'm gonna go, is and meet up with him to listen to more of what he got in store. I mean, is that something that you consider when you go out there and you try to promote your music and stuff like that?
I guess it kind of, varies and stuff like that. Because as far as you said, if you went out on the street, you kind of had that openness where you can just kind of just play in front of people. You don't have to, try to draw a crowd or bring people. As far as if you're going to an open mic night or you're doing a show, you're trying to bring people, like being out, and just playing for free, as far as, playing, in front of other people, you kind of feel, more open, I would say.
Right, because I know, aside from, what I do on a daily, as far as me, being a performing artist myself and just making a comparison of some venues, I approach, some venues or some open mics, and it's just a bunch of others that may be doing what I'm doing, and it's less people that's like, there to listen to the music or whatever like that, because everybody's caught up and trying to, put their self out there, and they're really not paying. It's a good network. It's a real good network, to meet other people where you might want to collaborate with. But as far as, the public arena, maybe the majority of the masses might not be aware that this particular venue or the event or open mic is actually taking place. Whereas if you decide to get your equipment and then you just go out in a public arena and you catch people off guard, it's like you could, just do your thing before you even pass them out a flyer or a promotion. And, that way, it becomes a routine, especially if you see an area or somewhere specific where you say, oh, I'm the only one that's doing this and everything like that, and you catch people off guard, that's a good way that I have experienced. So I just wanted to, put that in mind.
Game's kind of like, I would say, maybe like like if somebody's having an event like a car show or something like that, and people are coming to see the car show or a community event, and then you're playing at that event,
Oh, okay.
You got people coming to that, event, to either look at the cars or to look at, whatever's going on there, and then you have somebody else that's playing, and then they get a chance, to kind of hear your music and hear who you are.
And that just brings, to bring an attribute to the whole event, that keeps people in spirits, and depending on what you're playing or whatever like that, it might stimulate, some type of feeling to go with the atmosphere of seeing, oh, look at that type of ride and everything like that, and you play along with it. So, okay, so is there a specific way that you formulate your composition as to describe the intention of a particular message you will have to impress on others, whether it's deciding on an environment to create music or the situation to base the content of what the song may be about? So do you use the atmosphere? Do you use a specific opportunity of being in a particular environment to formulate a song? Or do you, like, sometimes you might just do a song and then go out into an environment? Have you ever caught yourself like being in an environment and then just going along with the environment?
Yeah, see, it kind of, it depends, that's, well, one of my songs Back in Philly came out from just kind of hanging out, at the Pennypack Park, just hanging at the park itself.
Okay. All right, so I guess speaking of back in Philly, we can introduce one of your songs and everything like that. Once again, to the listeners, you're listening to WPPM-LP 106.5 PhillyCam Radio, and we'll be right back.
Paula, where you going today? Hey, Paula, why don't you stay? Hey, Paula, why you running away? Hey, Paula, I love you today. Hey, Paula, I want you with me. Hey, Paula, we're trying to be free. Hey, Paula, where are you going? Hey, Paula, why aren't I knowing? Hey, Paula, today. Hey, Paula, today. Hey, Paula, today. Hey, Paula, today. Hey, Paula, where are you going? Hey, Paula.
All right, so now we're back. That was Hey Paula, right?
Yes.
All right. So, what was your intention when you did that song? Like, what inspired you to do that song? Was you in a certain relationship, or can you let us know specifically what was your intention on writing that song, and is there a specific message behind it?
It was kind of about a girl that I kind of wanted at the time. It was kind of about chasing the girl. Specifically, the name of the girl was not Paula, but it just seemed to flow better. I actually forget what the girl's actual name was because it was like years ago, but it came from, this girl I seen, and kind of wanted to,
And you
get her, go up and talk to her.
And you didn't want to put yourself in a certain situation where, you put her out there and she'd be like, oh, I know, I already know.
Yeah.
I'm about to get him, and everything like that. So, yeah, okay. So that was, a good song. So, do you have any moments that you desire to co-produce music or have another songwriter to write songs with?
I'm not really good at doing the producing part, but I just started. I'm with Songwriting Pro, and it's a online songwriting group. And I started writing, a couple co-writing songs with some people in Nashville, people from all over the place, whoever's in this group. So it gives an idea. It kind of helps you out with the song that you're trying to write. You have a bunch of other people's ideas putting in there. It's like using, instead of one head, you got like two or three heads, putting their form into it to build a song and put it together. I just recently finished up a Christmas song with a lady from Nashville a couple of weeks ago, and we're working on a melody.
Okay. So does that help you, when you co-produce, does that inspire you to write more songs with other songwriters, or have you had experience where was you ever in a band? And what was the first time that you have been in a band?
Yes, I've been in a cover band. I had my own original band a couple of years ago. It kind of broke up.
How did you start off with the band? Like, did you go out there and you meet them at, the venues, or how did you get these guys to get in a band with you? And what positions did they play in the band?
It started out from Stevenson's, which is a bar up in the Northeast that I used to go to hang out. I would go there, for their open mic night years ago. The place is closed down now.
Okay.
And I would go there and just kind of play, meet up with other people. And that's where I kind of met up, my friend, that I still keep in touch with now, who's a drummer. But the other guy, he kind of moved moved off far, and then I had two other guys. One was a keyboard player and bass player, but they were going to school and they moved out of the area too. So,
Okay. So it was just, unexpected occurrences that really didn't have anything to do with y'all being together performing.
no,
Okay.
it's just, stuff in people's lives, and people move on with different things.
Okay, so do you feel like that's a benefit for you in the long run?
It was good, kind of while it lasted. I'm trying to get something back together. Like I said, I'm still friends and close with the drummer. So I mean, he sometimes I play with him every once in a while, but
Okay.
he's busy now in the process of moving and with his business. So
Okay, all right. So is there anybody in particular other than yourself that motivates you to write, perform, and continue to perform?
yes, I would say my family as being first, and then I would say my fans and stuff like that. My brother, my dad, my mom. If she was still here today, I know she would be proud of me of where I have came from, where I was. So
All right. As far as that, speaking of family, I think I read in one of your bios of how you started when you was a child. Can you expound on that? Like, the instruments that you played, or what church that you started playing. Like, what interests you into like the music, and how did you get that name, Johnny Mac Music? Like, who gave you that name?
okay, well, my dad used to be in a marching band when he was in school, and he had a snare drum downstairs, and I had found it and started messing around on that. And then later on, when I started to go to church, I became interested, in piano and keyboard, but my parents never had the money to offer me lessons.
Okay,
The-
so when you picked up on your father's snare drum, did he have an idea that you was messing around with his instruments, and did he try to like enhance your interest because you didn't stick with it, did you?
No, he just taught me like a couple cadence and stuff like that, and
Oh, okay.
that was it, like marching band cadence stuff like that, and then kind of figured some things out on my own on the piano. But I really wanted to take lessons because I would go and I would play around on the piano at my church, and then eventually I had joined the choir, and I started singing.
Okay. And what part of the choir was you in? Was you like in the back or lead singer? I'm not too much into like to positions of the choirs, although I have heard and listened to choirs many times.
I was in the back. I was a baritone, so I just kind of went in with the other male vocals.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get into another one of your songs and everything like that. And once again, you're listening to WPPM-LP 106.5 FM with Johnny Mac Music, also known as Johnny Matthews.
Smarty Jones, run, run, run. Smarty Jones, just have fun. You won Kentucky Derby, you won the Preakness. You got a good trainer and jockey to ride you. Go on, Smarty, run, Jones just had fun. At the Belmont Stakes and ready to go. You had a lot of rest and off you go. I see you're in the lead now. Go, go, go. Smarty Jones, run, run, run. Smarty Jones, just have fun. You lost the Belmont Stakes, but came in second place. Everyone loves you and like the way you race. Always be first place in our hearts. Smarty Jones, run, run, run. Smarty Jones, just have fun. Smarty Jones, run, run, run. Smarty Jones, just have fun.
Once again, you're listening to Food for Thought. I'm your host, James Hatcher, and the name of that song was Smarty Jones and Johnny Mac Music. So Smarty Jones, that's an interesting title. How did you go about with that name?
I was actually watching it was the Preakness, and I ended up watching it on TV, and then after it, that name, a hook just came in my head. It was like, Smarty Jones, run, run, run. And it's like, and then I ended up having to pick up the guitar after that. So it all started with like a hook, after watching, the race on TV. And I'm not much of a really watch, in the race and stuff like horse races and stuff like that. But for some particular reason, I happen to watch it. So
Was there
and I like the horse. So
that was the name of the horse?
Yes, Smarty Jones.
Did the horse win?
He won I believe he won the Preakness. I think he lost the Belmont Stakes.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as he won while you was writing the song, that gives you a little bit of leeway. All right, so what is the best way that your fans and the ones that are interested in listening to your music find you on social media?
They can first most go to my website, www.johnnymattmusic.org. I'm also on Facebook at Johnny Matt Music, Instagram, Johnny Matt Music, TikTok, Johnny Matt Music, and pretty much if you go to my website, I have pretty much most of my links to all my social media sites, mostly on Facebook and Instagram the most.
Okay, so like your main website, JohnnyMacMusic.org?
Yes.
Okay, that leads them to the other social platforms where they can actually get in touch with you on a personal basis.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the best way, like which one do you prefer to, like, if somebody like heard your music and they never met you and they send you a message, which one would be the best to, like, react to their comments or whatever, or if they wanted to contact you? And is there a specific location that you will have just set for just any individual, any listeners, in comparison to, like, somebody that's interested that may be, like, putting together a venue or an event? do you have a site for promoters and stuff, or is it just one and the same?
It's pretty much one and the same, but I primarily go by my email. So anyone who wanted to get in touch with me as far as like booking or wanted to just contact me, the best email would be johnnymattmusic@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. So, how many promoters that may have intentions on the extending of your endeavors in the entertainment arena, such as show performances, even opening acts, contact you business wise? Like, are you working with some promoters now? Do you have anything coming up as we speak?
I sent an email out, for some shows.
Okay.
I'm
Other than
contacting, but as far as right now, I'm working on a current EP.
okay,
To record some new stuff. I had the ISA awards. So
right.
if you
Other than
can,
that,
and that's pretty much it right now.
okay. All right. So, when creating your musical works, is there any instrument or technology of preference that you utilize to enhance your performance?
I would say my guitar because that's my main instrument, but I do play a little keyboard and harmonica.
Okay. So I guess we can we listen to one of your live performances? Right now, are
Sure.
you into it?
Sure.
All right. So I see you brought your guitar. So let's get into see what you got,
All right.
Johnny. All right. Okay. So we're gonna get into a live performance by John Matthews. And we'll be back shortly.
Okay, great. So now, feel free to grab your guitar and we can get all set up
All right.
and do a couple songs. And then I think that'll be close to a wrap after that.
All right. So are we still on good timing?
Yeah, so that's why I just wanted to make sure we got the live performance.
Okay.
We really only have time for, 2 of those, and then we'll be, I think, right where we need to be.
Right. And, because you got, the clips to
Yeah, exactly.
work with and everything. Okay.
All right. Want to do a quick test, Johnny?
That's what I was gonna do. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. Hey, Johnny Matt here, and I'm gonna play one of my songs that's gonna be on my next EP. It's called Back in Philly. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park, played a little tune till it got dark. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park, played a little tune till it got dark. Sometimes I like to sit at the park, play my guitar until it gets dark. I like to sit and strum out a tune. Maybe I'll be a star soon. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park, played a little tune till it got dark. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park, played a little tune till it got dark. Mom and Dad would go for walks on the path. The dog would roll around on the grass. My brother would be on the swing. I sit on the bench and sing. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park,
Played a little tune till it got dark. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park. Played a little tune till it got dark. Bench was a place for me to sit and relax. Take some time to rewind and lie back. Clear my head and take a break. Sit and rewind my tape. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park. Played a little tune till it got dark. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park. Played a little tune till it got dark. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park. Played a little tune till it got dark. Back in Philly, hanging out at the park. Played a little tune till it got dark.
That's an excellent song. I'm glad my mic was off because I was about to sing with you. Okay, so back in Philly. That's a good song. I take it that people that's not from Philly would even enjoy that song. So
Yes, it's a pretty positive, upbeat song.
okay, yeah, that is, and I commend you for that. Okay, so do you prefer live performances on stage, or do you prefer an alternate way to have your music heard without direct interaction with an audience? Whereas, the live performance, as we spoke, there's an opportunity to receive positive, possible input and feedback from the encounters of attendees. Or do you feel like, you want to start, doing live performances and then gradually, just fade off of the live scene and just, generate more listeners, through like the media?
I prefer live performances because I like the audience to be there, just in front of you. It's like when the pandemic hit, I was playing, a couple shows, online at home via like Facebook Live. But it's just not the same because you don't have those people there to feel, you don't have that audience reaction.
Right.
You might have people coming up in the comments, but it's just like you're kind of playing, for yourself, and you don't hear, that crowd, having that crowd behind, and it's just completely different.
Okay. Yeah. So, and being that said, I would like to hear. I think all the listeners would like to hear another live one. So, would you do us an honor to play another live?
Yes, I play my song Treasure Chest, which is on my second album, Attack of the Freaking Balls.
All right. Let's have it.
All right.
Once again.
Here we go.
Once again, this is Johnny Matthews, and he's going to give us another good song. And you're listening to 106.5 WPPM-LP.
Okay, now what do I do? Do I just...
Yep, I would just, again, you could just go right into it if you want to.
Treasure chest, key to my heart. Tell me where you wanna start. If you want that key to my heart, you have to give me all you got. treasure chest, key to my heart. Tell me where you wanna start. If you want that key to my heart, have to give me all you got. Tell me you love me. Have to tell me you care. Have to tell me you want me. Have to tell me you'll be there. Treasure chest, key to my heart. Tell me where you wanna start. If you want that key to my heart, have to give me all you got. Treasure chest, key to my heart. Tell me you wanna start. You get key to my heart. Have to give me all you got. Have to tell me you love me. Tell me you care. Have to tell me you want me. Have to tell me you'll be there. Treasure chest, key to my heart. Tell me where you wanna start. If you want that key to my heart, have to give me all you got.
All right, Treasure Chest. Excellent song, excellent. Okay, one more question and then we have to cut it short. With a personal perspective of your lyrical content, how do you separate your personal experience within a song from a song that may have a message that is directed to change or enhance other listeners' perspective of themselves in a way that they may feel connected to your music personally?
I just take, and kind of separate that and put it on the side and look for, what people, want to hear as far as like on the radio, songs like about emotion and feeling, stuff that goes on in society, such as like current events, the environment.
Okay. All right. So, once again, John Matthews, I really appreciate your special appearance and everything like that. In closing, I'd like to thank the listeners for tuning in and everything. And once again, my name is James Hatcher. The name of the program is called Food for Thought. You can, reach me, on my Instagram, James William Hatcher, number 5. All together, to check out the latest posts, or you can also view, some of the past programs for WPPM PhillyCam Radio on my YouTube channel. Also, SoundCloud, Food for Thought. Once again, I'd like to thank y'all, and this is a wrap.